So we've just had a sprint shootout session, and wow, that was brilliant, right from the offing. Q1, and it looked like we'd have a big scalp going out immediately. Carlos Sainz getting on the radio saying, I've got a brake-by-wire issue, called into the pits, and it looked like that would be the end of him, wouldn't it? But it wasn't he that would be the big scalp. It was Lewis Hamilton. Got a lap time deleted, and then as a result got stuck in some traffic trying to get his final lap in. Wasn't to be, and he's starting in P18, and it's been a terrible session overall for the Mercedes team, and we'll get to that. But Carlos Sainz, yes, the team got his car fixed just in the nick of time. He managed to go out, and what a pressure lap, and he pulled in a magnificent lap to take the first position of the Q1 session. Brilliant from him. And then behind, Logan Sargent's going to start 20th and last for the sprint race. Bottas is 19th, Hamilton's 18th, like I've said. Oscar Piastri 17th. He'll be disappointed in the McLaren, especially because Norris has done so well up at the front. And Zhou Guanzu, he was mega angry again, disappointing for him. The stars in that one were the two Haas team's drivers though. Nico Hülkenberg got 3rd place and Magnussen in 6th place in that session. And then into the Q2 session, and like I said, the Mercedes, what a dreadful session. George Russell had a hydraulic issue. He did sort of come on the radio at the end of the Q1 session with that, and then he couldn't get out at all in that session at all. He'll start 15th, and hopefully they'll get that car sorted. They've got a few hours before the sprint race. Nick De Vries 14th, much better than yesterday actually, and then he was right just behind Yuki Tsunoda in 13th place. He got held up really badly at the end, and he was mega angry at that. Pierre Gasly 12th and Alex Albon 11th. Was mixed conditions, drying circuit. Everybody was on the softs at this point, and because of the mixed conditions, people trying to use worn softs or the new mediums, it was a tricky decision between the two, because it seemed like an awful lot in it, but could have been, depending on your car, the big difference between the two. But it was Verstappen first, Sainz second, and Ocon 3rd in that session. It was a brilliant performance by Ocon there. Gasly will be really disappointed though with the P12, considering his teammate was up into 3rd and got into the Q3 session. And the Q3 session started, and Max Verstappen went out, pumped in a lap, and it was just miles ahead of everybody else, wasn't it? A 1:04.6. He then went round and did a 1:04.4. Slightly slower than his session or his lap in yesterday's qualifying session, but he did make a mistake on this lap. But the Ferrari seem to really struggle in these conditions. They like the warmer conditions that we had yesterday, and it's Perez who's finally got up at the front, joined his teammate. He's about half a second behind still, but he's got 2nd place of where he'll start the sprint later on. Probably where he should have been yesterday, to be honest with you. And Lando Norris pops off what's been a brilliant weekend so far for him in 3rd place. Can he hold on and get a podium in the sprint race? That'll be a brilliant result for McLaren team, won't it? The upgrade seeming to work really well for him. Nico Hülkenberg, oh brilliant, P4 position. Like I said, Haas, it really worked for them this session. They seemed nowhere yesterday, and they really like these cooler conditions. Will he be in a fight with Norris for that 3rd place on the podium? I'm not so sure about that, but a brilliant result for him overall. And then came the two Ferraris, Carlos Sainz 5th, Charles Leclerc in 6th. They just seemed to drop off. They were struggling even Q2. Charles Leclerc only made it into Q3 by 1,000th of a second. So I'm not sure where their pace from yesterday went, because I was kind of looking forward to that battle recommencing for pole, but it wasn't to be today. And then the two Aston Martins, Alonso beats Stroll this time, and they'll line up 7th and 8th, and then Ocon 9th, and then K-Mag 10th. Tops off a brilliant performance for the Haas team. Let's see what it will result in for the sprint race tomorrow. I mean, it should be quite a good race, wouldn't it? We've got the two Ferraris, can they fight coming forward, and Lewis Hamilton battling through from the back at 18th place, and George Russell actually out of position in 15th, so hopefully it will give us an idea of whether we will see some overtaking for the race tomorrow. It's only 24 laps, so I don't expect him to do mega and move up, you know, but if they get some points in the top 10 Mercedes, they could be very happy with that, with where they've qualified. But there we go, sprint race to come shortly. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and comment, and always I'll see you in the next video.